Today I took absolutely 0 trades for the day. You guys can go check my Instagram. I posted no positions for the day, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly why. Now, the way that I trade, the reason why I'm super consistent is because I wait for it to get to my levels. I wait for it to set up. So I was looking at NVIDIA 492. I was looking at that 500 level as well, and it never got there. It tested it here, and this is what made me interested in 492. And then every time it got close, but it never got there, and it never got to 500, right? The next thing is Tesla. I was waiting for this 260 level, and I was waiting for that 255 level. It was close to 255, but it never happened. I was waiting for the H right there, and it never happened. Then I'm still waiting for this 260, but again, it's after 11 o'clock, and it's been choppy. It's been slow. I don't want to risk this because this could be a 20-cent move, and it could be a fake out, especially how late in the day it is. But it should have happened earlier, right? Now I was looking at SPY. Look at this. Again, chopping around. Qs. Chopping around. I was looking at that 380, and then I was potentially looking at a downside level on the Qs, but it was just slowly going up. SPY, I was looking at this 453 area or potentially that low day area to see how reactive it was. It didn't do anything, right? It just went in between both of those levels. So if it doesn't get to my level, if it doesn't get to my reactive area, I'm hands off. I don't do anything. I don't touch anything. I don't trade anything. Why? Because the risk to reward is not there if it's not at my setup. That's not my plan. My plan is to trade it at the 260 level or that 255. My plan is not to take it in between this, and this is how I'm super consistent, is by waiting for the right moment to strike. A lot of people are like itching to take a trade, and you got to remember, if you are itching to take a trade, realize what happens when you take a trade and it's not a part of your plan. You know that you're going to lose, or you're going to beat yourself up over it throughout the entire day because you took that trade, and instead of being break even on the day, now you're down on the day for something that was so stupid, especially since it's the end of the month today. So it's just not worth it. The reason why I don't get emotional, or I'm like getting FOMO, or I'm just itching to take a trade, is because I know what happens when I do itch to take a trade and I take the trade and it doesn't go in my direction. I get mad at myself for it, and it's just not worth it. And I, don't do that anymore because I know what happens when you do that. And that's something you got to think about when you take the trade, especially if it's not part of your plan. I don't take a trade unless it's part of my plan, which is why I'm at 0 positions for the day. This is how I'm super consistent, and a lot of people can't be at 0 positions for the day because they think they always need to take a trade, and they always try and take a trade, and they always try and force something. It's not worth it. But, today's a perfect example of, how patient are you, how disciplined are you, and how long can you wait for the setup. And then after 11 o'clock, like 11:15, I was done. I called it. Now I wait for tomorrow.